Right, welcome back to the Road Showcase. That I'm not dead, just announcing I'm not dead, and showing all the roads I built in 2022. And this is definitely the more exciting batch, I will say that. So, let's go right into it. So, this is Kenzie 2, because, actually, let me grab it. This is the original Kenzie. You can see it's massive. Absolutely massive. The self-running arm here. It just have a flipper in the middle, but that broke, so just now it had two smaller flippers until it retired. I think it made it to, was it like 6 consecutive grand finals, which was incredible, and 6 consecutive third places, which was pretty incredible. Um, 6 consecutive times in the podium. So yeah, but it was just way too bulky and way too big. So I just made a much more compact version. The combination of pink and blue fits in very well. See, has details at the back. Pretty well flippered too. It says Kenshi 2 right there, the pink circle there. I based it off on launch this. I think it was launch the second, or was it launch the third? No, it was launch the third. I'm pretty sure. God, I can't remember. I think it was. It was either launch the second or launch the third from Anderson 9132's first account mayhem that he did back in like 2012 or something. No, it wasn't. It was definitely not 2012. That he did in like 2010 or something. The point was it was launched 1995's representative in Anderson 9132's first account. Mayhem looked kind of like this, so I got inspired to make Kenshi 2 in this form. So that's Kenshi 2. Is it me or my English is way worse now? I don't know. Let's show off Microbot now. Microbot from RoboWar. You can see Microbot's robot. Microbot. So it's pretty small robot. Used to be way longer, but I decided to trim it a bit. Yeah, pretty powerful bird, as you can see. But very lightweight and has basically no armor. Microbot. Did I say microbot? I meant microbot. God, my English is so bad today. But yeah, pretty powerful for microbot. And maybe pack a punch, who knows? Next up is another Robot Wars Armageddon robot that only appeared once. This is Stingray, that competed in Robot Wars Armageddon Series 29 and was only on the highway clips, I guess you can call them, of the heats in the one in his one and only appearance in that video. Well, he appeared like 3 times, I think. But yeah, you can see he has this lifting arm, double-sided card, so it's pretty tough. Also has this back wedge. It's pretty well to the ground. Has decent pushing power this robot, but it cannot solve right, which is a travesty. It cannot solve right, which is unfortunate. But I really like Stingray. I would have liked to see more in like a future Rollers Armageddon series. But unfortunately, just got forgotten. And now we bring you to B. It's B. It's a frontage flipper. This basically came at in a planting the seeds episode, another Anderson I want to do thing. He made a podcast called Planting the Seeds once, and I think it was the Series 3 podcast, I think. Yeah, I think it was Series 3 Planting the Seeds episode. The second episode it was. They mentioned something about naming a robot from just B, like the letter B. As you can see, B. And it was, and yeah, I decided to make a front flipper out of it. Because I know Anderson likes front flippers, so I decided to just make him a front flipper. It's very boring design, just like because and Anderson hates boring robots, but he's gonna come up with a design for it. And I'm like, let's just leave it like this for now. I'll eventually come up with something for it. But yeah, from Southampton, B. It's not a B robot, but who cares? Next up is a, I think no, let's just do all of them. So, to end off all the A9132 robots I made, or the Robots Armageddon robots I made, I have made 3 of the original 4. Let's start with the oldest one that I made, Up Downer. Yeah, it's based on the Christmas special Up Downer, the most recent version of Up Downer, basically. So he has the very powerful, but this was made with the really old Up Downer that I had, which if you've seen Retired Wars, which you probably haven't, because those videos have like 15 views to this day. But yeah, just it's actually made with the really old Up Downer chassis. It's just a really old card, but somehow they're still working. But the flipper's new. It's very powerful flipper. Plus it has these side things. I don't know what they are, but I like them. Pretty happy with how they turn out. And it also has this back spinner, which is useless, but who cares? Back gel spinner. As you can see, two-wheel drive. Um, yeah, up downer. And to come along with it, it's M Star as well. We have M Star. This is based on the Road Wars Armageddon Rebirth Series 2 M Star. Um, except instead of boring gray, I made it yellow, just like M Star should be, a yellow robot. Plus, has these white things at the side, which are I guess protective guards. It also has this wedge, which is just kind of like the things is exactly the same as Season 2 Rebirth M Star's wedge was. Just this black wedge with another red wedge there. Of course, Season 2 Rebirth M Star was a front flipper, so I made it like that. And yeah, it's a pretty powerful front flipper. It has this black thing at the top, so it doesn't get like completely stuck with this and cannot sell right. No, it can. If it does get flip like that, it can actually sell right because this black thing. I totally made that up. But yeah, it's pretty powerful. And who would be the third of the original four that I made? 44. I did not make Wedge because I'm waiting for Anderson to show off Wedge eventually. I hope. Please. I hope at least. And whenever he shows up the new Wedge, which I'm still hoping will ever happen, if not, I'm just gonna build Rebirth 1 and 2 Wedge instead. But yeah, if he never appears. But yeah, I based this 44 design on the Series 1 Rebirth 44 because that's my personal favorite. It just looked very colorful and good. But yeah, as you can see, it has the axe. Not the most powerful, but still an axe. Pretty decent. It also has the flipper, which is kind of unreliable because sometimes it just gets stuck. Like that. Sometimes it just gets stuck, but pretty well to ground the flipper. Unfortunately, the wedges aren't, which really bothers me. They're not completely forced to the floor, but well. I like how colorful the robot is. It's meant to look like Legos. So yeah. But yeah, those are the 3 of the original 4 robots, and that's all the Road Wars Armageddon robots. Well, actually no, there's one more. There's actually one more. And it is the one and only Cassius 4. Of course, there's Cassius 3, now retired officially. You can see I painted the flipper completely black now. It's just black and yellow now. But Cassius 3 has that horrendous performance in Apple Wars Excel Series 1 where it yeeted itself out of the arena trying to sell right against Flag of Doom in the very first heat of Apple Wars Excel. So I decided this Cassius 3 is really old. This is retired. And then I saw in Anderson 9132's arena build walk or whatever it was called in his building arena video, and he showed off Cassius 4 indirectly because he showed it off being he was one of the test subjects, I guess you can say, for the arena. And with that little images and video footage that we got of him, I managed to make it. So Cassius 4, as you can see, has a power flipper, has gray, and I'm pretty happy with this gray bit. Or this gray tape I found out of nowhere. So yeah, Cassius 4. Cassius 4 on the side, at the back as well. You see there. Cassius 4. It has the CO2 tank there. It's just a much more powerful flipper now than Cassius 3, which was just outdated in both Road Wars Armageddon and in Apple Wars Excel. In fact, it was outdated in basically everywhere. So yeah, Cassius 3 can now retire in retirement, and Cassius 4 can try to continue the legacy of the legendary Cassius and Rex Garrett. And actually, this is technically another Road Armageddon robot, but this is 95.2. Technically, it's a Road Armageddon robot because 95. But yeah, I didn't make 95.5. I decided to just go with my own robot, which is basically it's very inspired of 64 from Anderson 9132's second account Mayhem. It was inspired from 64 because we know launched 1995 is now known as Sam Elliott 64. That's why. But yeah, basically designed 95.2 out of 64. So yeah, it has a much more better accent. If you remember from Apple XL Series 1, 95 was terrible in Apple XL Series 1, where its act just fell off immediately. It got wrecked in like the first couple of seconds and got destroyed. So that's why it made it. So it has a much more powerful axe. It's 3 layers thick of that axe, so it's a lot more. It's a lot better now. The axe, but this camera's rubbish. There we go. It's a much stronger wedge that is angled now. Kind of well to the floor, not complete, but it is well to the floor. But yeah, pretty strong wedge. It also has this back edge things. I don't know why I put them there, but I'm happy. But I like them. I'm happy that I put them there. See, it says 95.2 on the sides, barely. It says the back tail. Because why not? In case it overrounds it. So I think it's too big to just do a terror and like do like dance moves. Yes, if you know what I mean. But I add the tail. Why not? Yeah. Now that's definitely all the Anderson Hour with rods. And here's a rod from Road Wars actually. This is Millennium Bug 2. Well, if you remember from Road War Series 4, there was this robot called Millennium Bug. It was a walker. Got eliminated in the first round by Exterminator and Judge Dredd 2. Well, Exterminator 2. Exterminator 2 is terrible. I managed to get rid of one of the guards of the wax. That's how terrible it was. But I made Millennium Bug 2, which is a much better robot. It has this flipper, which is based on the forklift thing they had in Series 4. This has Y2K in there. And there's the face thing. Yeah, decent power flipper. The difference now is not a walker; it's a four-wheel drive swam box thing. The wax are now there just for additions and to look cool. There's the Y2K thing. Yeah, the wax are just there to look cool, basically. But it's now a very speedy and powerful rammer slash flipper robot that can hopefully do well because I'm pretty happy how it turned out. Because I was gonna make it a walker, but I really didn't know how to. Even following Road Fighting Replicas Edward Wars' tutorial, I couldn't make it. So yeah, that's Millennium Bug 2. He just fell. Okay, let's add him to the pile. Oh, and 44 just fell off my desk. Sorry. Let's pick him back up. And another robot that's mine. Robotic. It's a Slovakian robot. As you can see, it has the Slovakian flag in there as the flipper. This is a Crowbacter, but it faded away because of time. But yeah, it has powerful flipper in Crowback. It's based on Shocker from Roll's Armageddon Rebirth Series 1 that lost to Cassius 3 there in the very first year of Rebirth. But yeah, Crowback has a very powerful flipper, very well to the ground. The first Slovakian entry to Apple Wars. A pretty unique shape as well. I don't know why this blue is darker to this. I don't know, but ignore that. That's a CO2 tank there. Not sponsored by X Tech, but you know. But and can struggle really good. If now it doesn't want it because it's a prick. There we go. Even in the most weirdest positions, it can self-right. But yeah, that's Slovak. The Slovakian representative to Apple Wars. And now another robot that was another robot that is mine. Historic Apple Wars robot. Apocalypse. And here's Apocalypse 1. So just to compare them. So Apocalypse is a two-time Apple Wars champions, won Series 14 and 15 back to back. The only robot in Apple Wars history to win back-to-back championships, so that's incredible achievement. And it was with this one, Apocalypse 1. It was actually a Hot Wheels car. As you can see, it was the Honda Racer car, the blue version. You can kind of see, you can see the remains of it there. But I basically just covered it with tape and it stopped working. The wedge was just way too distorted. I mean, look at that. It's just basically disintegrated. There's Dream Egg, which has been sat there. It had so many things broken. The reason why this thing is so tall, you can see it right back there, is because of how many sticks I broke. This was the final one, and you can see. And I just retired that version of Apocalypse and made a carburetor at this time. You see, it has a wedge at the front. It has the wedge at the front, and it's meant to look like it has the same wheels from the original Hot Wheels one. The Dream Egg at the top. It says Apocalypse on the flipper was supposed to be until the red marker just decided to be a piece of crap. But you see, Apocalypse 2, robot number 47. I think it was one of the last robots I built in 2022. Was this built in 2021 actually? I don't know, it was built in 2021. Never mind. Have I shown off Apocalypse 2? I can't remember. Mandela effect now. If I have shown off Apocalypse 2, well, here you go again. We have two-time Apple champions. Apocalypse. There you go. Going back to see if they can get their title back. And now we go to speaking of champions, former champions, Thunder is here from Random Robot Wars, the Series 3 Random Robot Wars champion and world champion as well in Random Robot Wars. You can see a very simple robot made out of connects, made out of the remains of Obliterator and I think that's it, just from the remains of Obliterator and just random connect parts they found. But yeah, powerful flipper. Thunder, there's a reason why I want Random Robot Wars Series 3. Could do well in that force, who knows? It's a full body flipper, so yeah, Thunder. We're getting to last couple. Yeah, we're down to 6. And we have 4 Master of Robot Wars robots to show off. So let's start with Impact from Master of Robot Wars. You can see it has the self-running arm here. Has the wedges all around it. Has Impact at the top. Pretty happy with this robot. These robots, of course, were built over the hype of Master of Robot Wars returning back in 2022, was it? Was it 2020? Yeah, it was 2022, wasn't it? God, if it was in 2021, Jesus Christ, I'm pretty sure it was 2022, but who knows? God, I really hope it was in 2022. I cannot remember if it was in 2021 or 2022. The point is, Series Impact, self-running mechanism, very powerful, very nippy. Burst some surprises. Speaking of robotic surprises, Third Degree. Started to make Third Degree. Has very simple robots. I never painted it. Not painted at all. Third Degree is. I think, was this the final robot I made? The 29th robot I made in 2022. You see it says Degree Third D there. I don't know why it says that. I'm pretty sure that's what it says on the flipper, but I couldn't tell really. But yeah, it's very powerful flipper. Small but powerful, as they say. For Third Degree. And now 2 MRW champions. Dark Effigy. Very, very underrated robot, Dark Effigy, in my opinion, because it would always go out in the first couple of rounds, but after they won the championship, but still think it's a pretty underrated robot. And because of those 2 really, really poor finishes in Series 4 and Series 5 and Series 6, where they did terrible, Dark Effigy, but it has a low wedge at the front, and also has the front end flipper. Pretty tough, pretty lightweight robot though. Not as big as Master of Robot Wars version. But yeah, Dark Effigy. One of my favorite Master of Robot Wars robots. And to end it off, it's Calamity Cold 5. Of course I was gonna build. You already seen Calamity Cold 5 in the Robo War, in the Roar Excel bits I made. It's one of the house robots come up Nicole 5. But I wanted to show him off again. You can see he has the B of 5 there. That's whatever this was. I don't know if that was part of the card or that was actually drawn on there. I don't know. But it's a very powerful whipper for its size. Very small robot. Very small but compact. One of the smallest robots I think. But it's still pretty powerful. There's so many impact. And now we're down to our last two. And here is the one and only champ of Apple Wars XL Series 1, Chronic. With his crown that I made in 2021, but you can see the crown has seen better days already. Missing the tip there, is missing another tip there, is bent tips all over the place. And it's a crown. But here's Chronic 2, or yeah, Chronic. I added the yellow things, as you can see. They're very hard on. There was one here, but it fell off, unfortunately. So that's this one over here. The flipper has been repainted. I don't know if you can tell, but the flipper has been repainted. It looks way better now than the original. It's more white instead of again. There's Chronic 2 there, right? But I don't think you can tell. It's the black thing that's right there. It's a red. I completely repainted it. It says I walk beer at the back, just like the series 6 and 7 versions were. See, this is the Chronic. That's the original. That's with the yellow, but the original yellow marker I had when I made this model. What doesn't annoy me about Chronic is that it just look at how uneven it is. But oh well, that's Chronic. They're current Apple Wars champ. And to finish off this recap video, I guess, of where I've been and all the roads I made in 2022, here is the new house robot for Apple Wars XL Series 2 to replace the year after and stuff who unfortunately are no longer with us. But yeah, this is Blood, not Blood Moon. Why do I keep for? It's gonna take a while. Bloodbath. Jeez, it's been so long. But yeah, Bloodbath is based on Darkness from Road Combat Models series, Model Wars. Yeah, I'm still waiting for it. God damn it. Oh well. Oh well, it is what it is. I understand the busyness, being busy and stuff. And yeah, it's just a giant thing. It's a combination actually of EC3 and Darkness, if you think about it, because it has this, which you can get under roads and flip them over. Has the grabbing ability, so you can grab roads and swam them. Pushing power has a back wedge as well, just in case. Covered in blood, you can see there. Has angry eyes. And a heart there. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, as you can see. But yeah, pretty powerful. Of course, Team Random Robotic Cell established in 2016. And there's a bunch of things there as well. But yeah, it's Bloodbath, which it will be joining Biactral, Dracona, Mono, and Caterpillar. I think, yeah, Caterpillar, and Dozer, and Shock for the house robots of Series 2 of Upwards Excel. So yeah. Let me put Chronic back. I'm sorry, Chronic. But yeah, look at that. Those were all the robots I built for Apple Excel Series 2. No, those were all the robots I built last year. You can tell I've really forgotten how to do these types of videos, but yeah, I think that will be it. That will be all for now. And thank you all so much for watching these two videos. And I've been that Apple Excel 1. Wait, no, this is not the wrong channel, Apple. Wrong channel. God damn it. I have been Robotic Apple Excel, and see you later. Goodbye.